They came to the offseason with over $84 million in cap space, and they made some solid moves. You bring back Khalil Mack, who's still one of the best edge rushers in the NFL, even at this stage in his career. And what he means to the locker room and to the younger guys can't be measured. They re-signed Tony Jefferson. How's he still playing at this level in his career is amazing. Without him, there's a very real chance the Chargers don't win some of those close games at the end of the season because he just made play after play in big moments when they absolutely had to have it. You re-signed Deshaun Phillips, who's been great on special teams and filled in nice down the stretch. And playing next to Dalen Henley, he looked like he has a future as a starting linebacker. They also signed tight end Charlie Kolar at 6'6", 265 pounds, and another ex-Raven. He was one of the better blocking tight ends in the league. I like the Keaton Mitchell pickup. There's some injury history there, but the speed is real. The dude runs a 4.3, and if he hits a hole, he can take it to the house. Adding that in the backfield with Amarian Hampton and Kamani Vidal, I could see the running game under Mike McDaniel becoming very explosive with the combination of speed and power from these backs. You bring in top fullback Alec Ingold from the Miami Dolphins, which he will be much better at his job as a fullback than Scott Matlock, who was really just a defensive tackle trying to play the position. Alec is a great blocking fullback that should immediately pay dividends for the Chargers. They also signed former Commander center Tyler Biadasz, so now you go from the worst to the number 11th ranked center in football, and that's a big improvement. Too often under Bradley Bozeman, the defender was pushed right into the quarterback's lap, or Bozeman just allowed him to run free right down the middle untouched. You will not see that happen too often under Biadasz, and that should help Justin Herbert. You bring back veteran Denzel Perriman, who we know is a liability in coverage, but when he's coming downhill to tackle, he can lower the boom as good as any linebacker in the league. They bring in guard Cole Strange from Miami, and his stats are nothing to sneeze at, but this is a guy who Mike McDaniel is confident in his system, so there's that. They also locked up Tier Tart for 3 years, who's played at a high level since he's been with the Chargers, and right now, he's one of the better defensive tackles in football. Then you sign Dalvin Tomlinson, who has the size to set the line of scrimmage, the ability to take on double teams and help stop the run, and that should go well playing alongside Tier Tart and Jamari Caldwell, and that defensive line all of a sudden looks real stout and should be difficult to run on. To a lot of people's surprise, they re-signed offensive lineman Trevor Penning and tackle Trey Pipkins, and I'm assuming they're depth pieces. We won't know until the draft shapes out the rest of the roster, so again, it's not like they've just been sitting around on their hands doing nothing. Coming off the last 2 years of making the playoffs, the Chargers, in my opinion, are that close to being a team that could go on a deep playoff run. This is why I thought we would have been more aggressive when free agency hit, considering the money they had to spend. I was waiting for that move in free agency where I could say, wow, they're really going for it. Just making the playoffs is not good enough anymore, right? We want to make a push to be in that AFC title game.